an action comedy with a star doing double duty. Let's talk Double Threat. Hey everyone, this is David Stark from Watch Your Pass. Today I'm talking about Double Threat, which is coming to digital and on demand on June 3rd, 2022. It's an indie action comedy film from Shane Stanley that stars Danielle C. Ryan, Matthew Lawrence, and Kevin Joy. My hot take is I think you should rent it. Look, I really like the main star, Danielle C. Ryan, and the way that she had to play her character. There are some funny moments, and there are some decent hand-to-hand combat action scenes. Now there are some not great effects, and there are some action sequences that, you know, look a little bit too staged. But overall, I enjoyed it. It has a kind of a fun premise. It's not a great movie, but it's enjoyable. It's a good kind of popcorn flick. It's a fun flick, and you know, I really like Danielle C. Ryan's performance. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the film, a few things I liked and a few things I didn't like. I'm gonna try to keep this one spoiler free. I don't really think you need to know much about this film, but there might be some aspects of the plot that I talk about when I'm talking about the movies. So in Double Threat, you have Natasha, played by Danielle C. Ryan, who is skimming money from the mob, and she gets discovered and has to kind of flee for her life. And in fleeing, she ropes in Jimmy, who's played by Matthew Lawrence, to help her, you know, in this pursuit. Like, she kind of has to leave abruptly. She doesn't have a lot going on, but she does have apparently a lot of interesting training, and she also has a very specific ally within herself. She kind of has two personalities. She has Nat, who is like the more docile, I guess, you know, kind of like, I don't know, normal person, and then she has Tasha, who is like a superstar. She's military trained. She can do everything. She can repair the car. She can kill people with any sort of implement, and she's kind of constantly at odds with these. And not like they're, you know, they're not against each other, but she kind of goes in and out of the different characters, and it's fun to see that situation. So poor Jimmy is now kind of on the run with these two people that, you know, one person is a little bit more normal and timid, and the other person is like all out action, and he has to figure out like how to help her, how to get them out of there while the mob is chasing them. So things I liked about this movie. First, I like Danielle C. Ryan. Her character is a lot of fun, and it's pretty unpredictable when she kind of switches back and forth. She can't really control it. It kind of happens. And so, you know, it's fun to see her character just completely change, which is going from, I don't know, mild-mannered Nat into like super confident, badass Tasha. So, and you know, she does a good job of kind of changing up her character, changing up her demeanor when that happens. So you can pretty much tell when she is one or the other, but sometimes it is a little unclear, and it's kind of fun to have that guessing game. It's fun to see these different personalities, and it's fun to see this action badass, you know, like emerge and do these just crazy over the top action sequences. So the second thing I liked is the comedy. It's an entertaining movie. You'll get some chuckles. It's not going to make you like laugh out loud, but there are some funny moments. There are some fun, endearing moments, and so, you know, you kind of need that in an action comedy. You need the action and the comedy. And the last thing I liked is some of the action. Look, so there are some really fun, drawn out hand-to-hand combat sequences that I really like. Like, there's one scene where Tasha fights these two people, and like she kind of fights them for a fairly extended amount of time. I don't know if that was maybe budget, like they had to kind of stretch the time out, or if they were trying to make it like more of a, you know, grueling fight. But it was fun to see her just kind of like fight these two people over and over and like keep kind of bringing them down, and then one would like pop up. And so, you know, the hand-to-hand combat scenes were pretty fun, pretty well choreographed, pretty enjoyable. So things I didn't love as much. I guess the action, like, you know, the action has good moments in the hand-to-hand combat and not so great moments in kind of the gunplay, because the gunplay is very clearly CG. It looks CG. They do a pretty good job of trying to, you know, mix it up so it kind of at least looks like they're firing, but you can pretty much tell it's CG. And the characters are like insanely accurate. Now Tasha, it makes sense. She's like a one, you know, shot to kill everyone, but it seems like everyone kind of has that ability, and so it makes the, you know, it's an unrealistic movie, but it makes the gunplay feel very unrealistic. And the second thing I did not love is some of the effects. Like, there are some very clear bad CG effects. And look, it's an indie film. I understand that happens, especially when you have an action movie. It's tough. But look, it took me out when, you know, you'll have someone shoot through a window and it pretty clearly like breaks in a CG way, or there's a scene where a truck flips and it flips in a very, very noticeable way. But like I said, overall, I can get past these because the character was so fun and the movie itself was just an enjoyable indie action film. So it's definitely worth a rental. That is Double Threat. It comes out on June 3rd, 2022, digital and on demand, so you can watch it in the comfort of your own home. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. And please check out my other content for this movie specifically. I have an interview with both of the stars, Danielle C. Ryan and Matthew Lawrence, up on this site as well, so you can get some more insight into how this movie was made and how they prep for their characters and just kind of see them interact when they're not on screen. So thanks so much for watching and enjoy.